Hi everyone, it's Miss Pipel. What I'm going to provide for you today is our definition of homophone so that you can use it on our weekly entry ticket. You'll also be provided today an example of part of your final. This slideshow that I'm showing you will be given to you so that you can create your own slide, your slide number 4, of two homophones and contrast them. And I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But before we get going, just some basic things you should know. When you do receive your own copy of this in the near future, please make sure you replace it with your name as well as the date that you started on, the date you started your own draft. So please, hold on to this and we'll get going here. All right, homophone defined by the Oxford Online Dictionary defines a homophone or homophones as: it is a noun, each of the two or more words having the same pronunciation but different meanings, origins, or spelling. Each of a set of symbols denoting the same sound or group of sounds. This is the website that I got that definition from. So if you're not using dictionary.com later, please make sure you just copy the website that you got it from and cite your evidence. All right? Well, we don't live in the world of dictionary definitions. We paraphrase things so we can understand them better. So the gist of this is two or more words that sound the same but with different spelling and meaning. All right, so on slide 3, I'm going to model for you how you are going to create your own slide, slide number 4, for the homophones that you choose or are assigned to you. All right, so the two homophones that we are going to look at today is hair and hair. Pronounced the same, different meaning. First one that we're going to look at, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to use dictionary.com, and let's look up the definition of hair. And just for example's sake, let's look at 2 of them. I mean, there's 6 of them here, and we're not going to read through all of them, but I do want to look at, let's look at number 2, and let's look at number 4. So number 2, one of the longer ones, an aggregate of such filaments as that covering the human head or forming the coat of most mammals. Pretty wordy, right? Or are we going to look at the botany of it? A filamentous outgrowth of the epidermis. I remember a few things from my biology classes, and I'm going to go with this one because I know the epidermis is part of your skin. So it's basically saying you have something growing out of your skin, which we all know is our hair. So let's just go ahead and copy and paste that for now. That's our definition. And I am going to put a paraphrase definition. I'm going to say hair is an outgrowth, or hair grows out of my skin on my head. And actually we're mammals, so it's supposed to be everywhere, but we won't go into that today. And then for now, and if you notice like some of this formatting is getting kind of screwy, I'm not going to worry about it right now because I'm going to have a chance to go back and fix anything that I don't like. And I am going to look at some pictures, and I like this one because I'm kind of jealous of her hair. But are we talking about that hairstyle or the hair? So I'm going to look for one that's just hair. Let's go with this one that just shows Now I'm getting picky. Let's go with this one. I'm going to copy the image. I'm going to show you two ways of adding an image, because sometimes it's easier to copy and paste. I'm going to move that down here. I'm going to scrunch it down in there. All right. I'm also going to show you in a minute how to save it to your desktop, because sometimes if you're on like a school computer or a public computer, or maybe it's just the settings are off, you may not be able to do a copy and paste. So I want to make sure you guys know how to do that as well. All right, so let's take a look at our second hair. Hair, let's say here, what did they put for the definition? So we looked up the definition, and it says any rodent-like mammal of the genus Lepus of the family Lepidae, having long ears, a divided upper lip, and long hind limbs adapting for leaping. Wow, that is a lot. Let's look at the second one. Any of the larger species of the genus is distinguished from certain of the smaller ones known as rabbits. You know what? I don't need to write all of this. So let's go ahead. And by the way, I caught myself not citing my evidence here. Forgot to put that here too. Dictionary.com. I'm going to do a synonym, a rabbit. And let's cite our evidence with an MLA citation. I am going to write a sentence again. I probably should have done it differently, but we'll just write a sentence. The hare, the book, tortoise, and the hare is about a rabbit losing a race. And then let's go ahead and a picture. I'm going to do things a little bit different here. I just want to show you how this is done. I will just, you guys don't need to see me go through a bunch of pictures again. So I'm going to right click this time, and it says save image as. This is a good way to save something and not have to figure out if it's in downloads or anything. So I'm going to say save image as. I'm going to save it to my desktop. So I have a lot of stuff saved to this computer. So you know what? I'm going to put on here hare rabbit pic. It's saved to my desktop. And when I go back to here, if I right click, I don't think it's going to give me the option here, is it? Nope. If I go up here to insert image, I'm going to upload this from my computer. And see, it popped up right there. I already had it at desktop. And I'm just going to shrink this down a little bit so it fits in the box. And there's my picture and my illustration. Just as I had stated before, I'm going to clean this up a little bit just so it fits onto one page. And you know what? I am going to just go ahead and change my font. You should never have a font below 20 point on a PowerPoint. You can type in the number that you want. I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to cinch this up a little bit so I can start to fill this in. Let's change that to 20 as well. Doesn't want to change for me. Well, let me just move it up there. Yep. Probably going to have to fix something with my formatting here, but you can usually just adjust these things pretty easily. And we're going to move the title. And I'll fix the title part of it later. Here, let's do this. Let's get this out of the way for a second. You don't need to do all this. I'll fix your title thing on yours when we get there. Let's put this back. It'll let me. You can get it back to the relative space. I'll problem solve this before you get your version, but I just wanted to give you an introduction today of how to get started on your first draft. If you have any questions, message me or feel free texting me at 720-634-5386. Email may be the best. So thank you, and I hope you guys are doing well.